Abby and welcome back to a new video. I think I usually end up posting mostly in spring and summer because there's nothing I love more than a cute summer dress. And that's exactly what we're going to make today. As always, I cannot deter myself from bug fabric. I don't know why. I don't like bugs, but when I see bugs on a fabric, I'm like, I should buy it. And this one was so cute. It was like a hot pink with bugs on it. The only downside was I bought it a couple years ago and I've just like kept it in my stash, and then recently I rediscovered it and I wanted to make a dress, but I didn't have as much fabric as I would have liked to do for the dress, and I would say part of it definitely could have looked better if I just had more material, but granted, since I did buy it so long ago, I can't find it anymore. But I adapted and I overcame, and I still really love the dress. I did like kind of try out a new style of bodice, and I think it turned out pretty well. I now know like when I do it again in the future, there's little things I would want to change and fix, but overall I really adore this dress. I think it's really darling and I cannot wait to wear it throughout the summer. So let's jump right into making this cute little summer bug dress. For this dress, as I mentioned, I wanted to try out a new bust where it would tie in the front. So I cut out long rectangles that measured the entirety of my chest to make sure that there was enough extra material so that I'd be able to tie it up, making sure to cut out double for the lining. I wanted the middle part of the bust to tie up into a little knot, so I took the bust pieces and cut them into elongated triangles. Then, to make the waist part, I cut out 3 pieces with a center front and 2 front sides, saving the back pieces for a little bit later, and once I was sure that all bugs were going the right way, since the fabric was a one-way fabric, I sewed them together with the right sides together and repeated this for the lining layer. Taking the front of the waist pieces, I connected them to 2 of the bust triangles, making sure to leave a small opening in the middle so that they can tie up and have the small cutout. Once that was connected, I cut out the back of the pieces, making sure that they were long enough to match up to both the bust and waist part so it would only be one piece, and then I connected them together. Moving on to the skirt, I wanted it to be a tiered ruffle skirt, but I most certainly did not have enough fabric for as gathered as I wanted it to be, so I had to problem solve as I continued to make this dress. The first tier was a lot shorter than the other tiers, and in fact the shortest tier, and they continued to grow with size and length as I went further down the skirt. With the second and third tier, I had to connect more than one panel in order to make it gathered. Once I had my 3 long rectangles for each tier, I serged down the seam allowance and the top and bottom edges that would then be gathered. I used my trusty hand sewing needle to gather the tiers, but you can also use your sewing machine. I just feel way more comfortable doing it this way. But once I hand gathered the top of each tier, I matched up the second tier to the bottom of the first tier, and then once those were connected, I matched up the third tier to the bottom of the second tier, making the skirt now one connective piece. Taking my bodice, I sandwiched in the skirt between the 2 bodice pieces and then sewed them down. Once they were connected, I flipped them right side out, with the top edge of the skirt now secured and hidden within the bodice. Tucking in the sides of the bodice to hide the raw edge, I sandwiched in the zipper and then folded the side edge over on the skirt and pinned it on the zipper. Underneath the zipper, I pinned the bottom of the skirt together, making sure to match up the tier seams to make it look as continuous as possible. And then first I sewed up the bottom of the skirt and then sewed down the zipper. Once the back and the zipper were all sewn in, I then folded down the top raw edge along the bust and top stitched that down. After this, the last step was to hem the bottom of the skirt, and then the dress was complete.